Hey guys, it's Jordan again here talking about Google, Apple, and Facebook, the battle for your internet experience. So, in summary, Google, Facebook, and Apple are in constant competition with innovations which use the internet and mobile technologies to drive their customer bases. Each company is dominant in their specific niches, the company's specific expertise, whether it's hardware, advertising, or services. Expansion is on the rise, which brings us to their company forces to expand their enterprises to new heights. Making similar goods and services is where these battlegrounds start. So, in introduction, the internet is a huge opportunity for marketing since majority, close to half, of computing is carried out through smartphones. It makes for a very large audience that can easily be reached instantaneously. It makes for a very large audience that are easily reached instantaneously. So here's the comparison of the business models. So Apple starts with personal computers, expanded to software and consumer electronics. iPhone, iPod, Apple Store, the App Store, iTunes Digital Music, which is pretty new. Apple isn't counting on hardware alone for future growth. They are leaning towards services, Apple Pay, Apple Music, Apple Store, but Apple isn't without its competition in this service industry with Google and Facebook. Google is the world's leading search engine, purchased Android to compete in the mobile computing industry, but its primary source of revenue comes from advertisements on its search engine. Large efforts towards artificial intelligence and machine learning, like the voice search, Google Translate, spam filtering, always looking for ways to connect more people to the internet. Facebook, the world's largest social network, always working on ways to convert its popularity into advertising dollars. It targets its users with ads based on personal interests. Mobile advertising accounts for 75% of Facebook's revenue, and it's a serious competitor to Google in mobile ad marketing. Why is mobile computing so important to these three firms? They want to attract many consumers and customers as possible. Without computing or mobile computing, you wouldn't have Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Google, Apple. Advertising would be more local except for TV, just like, say, years ago when the internet didn't exist. So computing creates a platform for all these social technologies to exist. Many jobs and lives have been changed because of this innovation. What is the significance of search to the successes or failures of mobile computing, and how Apple, Facebook attempt to compete with Google? So, search relevance is of the utmost importance. The main reason clients use a search engine is to find what they're looking for. If they aren't able to find this, they'll look elsewhere. If they aren't able to find this, they'll look elsewhere. This is why Google spends so much time on search algorithms. So Apple iOS mobile operating system gives iPhone and iPad users the ability to use Apple's own search engine for search of music, apps, and local services, bypassing Google. They are also moving into the service industry with Apple Pay, like I said before, Apple Music, App Store. And Facebook, they are in competition with advertising with Google. They also launched the new search tool. Facebook search mines the vast majority of users' data and delivers search results based on social interest and likes. will their strategies be successful? So I'm not sure exactly. There's not enough information to predict. They are all major enterprises. It really depends on the interests and the services offered to the clients and the customers. Three companies are trying to one up each other. Whoever offers the best service innovations while still being affordable is going to have a huge advantage in the future. But as far as predicting which company is going to be in charge of the internet in the future, honestly, I think they're going to be in the same place, but there is no answer for that. But they are all going to be large companies. I doubt they're going to go out of business just because one tries to introduce something that's similar to the services offered by the other company. So I just think they're all going to be large companies in the future, and they're all going to be staying with their specific niche, even if they do branch out slightly. Which company and business model do you think is most likely to dominate the internet, and why? I think Facebook is massively expanding. Their social media platform contains a plethora of personal information that no other platform has. It's like gold. Knowing a personal interest is the key to marketing to individual customers, but Apple is a close second because its massive popularity and user-friendly technology. It seems as if every time Apple innovates with new tech, it becomes pure gold. This is something I don't think Google's Android and Facebook's social media platforms will be able to obtain, at least not in hardware tech. There is a separation here. Apple is more hardware, Facebook and Google are more ads and search engines. Apple, Google, or Facebook and their dominance to the internet. Which one you think is going to be dominated? So I don't think it would it change much for each Apple, Google, and Facebook dominating the internet experience. So if either one of these dominated, what would it change? How would it change? I don't think it would change much. All companies strive to increase positive user experience. All companies are major innovators. I think the most difference will come with Facebook, since they have such personal information about users. It may be a more personal experience all around, a better experience. Google already dominates the internet with its advertisements and legendary search engines. So I don't think there will be any change with Google because it's already in dominant position. While Apple, I'm not sure what would happen honestly with Apple. They just started to get into services, so for them, there's not really too much to go on but their new search engine within their iOS devices. But I can't imagine it would be much different. In conclusion, while all companies are competing for internet dominance, each one has its services and own purposes to individual customers. Making a decision on which company will dominate the internet is next to impossible based on the technology sector constantly changing. But I can't imagine a world without Apple products, Google search, and Facebook media. I think each company should stick to their guns. They're definitely profiting. Maybe they're expanding into different avenues and technologies as a plan B, just in case, like a backup plan. But it looks to me the companies just want to be a superpower, one company to rule them all. This is the mentality right now. It's a battle, and each company has its strengths, that's for sure. Thank you for watching my presentation, and have a good day.